Oh, it's Petro predictions here. First, you have the preliminary rounds, which you have Trinidad and Tobago against Guadeloupe, which I think Trinidad would win. Then you have Guyana, Grenada, and I think Grenada would win. And then that leaves you with Trinidad and Tobago against Guyana, which I do think Trinidad and Tobago would win. Second set sees Martinique against St. Lucia, which I think Martinique would win. And then you have Suriname against Puerto Rico, which I think Suriname would win. And then that leaves you with the kind of final thing of Martinique against Suriname, which I think Suriname would win. The last set of playoffs sees Curacao against St. Kitts and Nevis, which I think Curacao would win. And then you have French Guiana versus Saint Martin, which I think French Guiana would win. And then in that playoff, you would have Curacao against French Guiana, which I think Curacao would win. Group A. I think this group will be closer than people predict, and I do see this being a low-scoring group. The USA football right now is not good right now, but they're always a strong team in the CONCACAF region. Jamaica, they've been really inconsistent. They've been on bad form as they've only won 2 games in their last 15 matches. That is bad going into a tournament. And Curacao, hey, they're actually a decent team and put some decent results in the CONCACAF region. So that's why I see USA top in the group just about flukily in first, Curacao coming in second, reaching the quarterfinals, Jamaica in third, and Nicaragua in fourth. Group B, I actually see this being the most boring group in the tournament. Mexico will probably dominate the group. Honduras are getting that bit better within this region, so I see them doing okay actually. And Haiti and Qatar, they've just lost a lot of momentum recently, and we've all seen Qatar on the global stage. So I see Mexico topping the group comfortably in first, Honduras coming in second, reaching the quarterfinals, Haiti in third, Qatar in fourth. Though I could see it being a draw between Haiti and Qatar, 1-1, might even be down to goal difference, but I see Mexico comfortably getting 9 points and Honduras 6 points. Group C, this will be another low scoring group. All the teams are very defense minded kind of team, but I surprisingly think this will be the most interesting group. I really see it being a difference of 2 points between first and third maybe, or even bottom, and that there will be a lot of draws in this group. But I do see Costa Rica topping the group in first, Panama coming in second, El Salvador in third, and Suriname in fourth. Group D, this is a pretty simple group for Canada actually, and because it's quite a simple group, I see them saving that energy for the latter stages of the tournament, and I do see them actually dropping points in this group, and I think Guatemala will be the most likely to get that draw or even that win against Canada as opposed to the other 2 teams. I do see this being a high scoring group as none of the teams' defense are really that solid, to be honest. So I see Canada topping the group in first, kind of comfortably, Guatemala coming in second, Trinidad and Tobago in third, and Cuba in fourth. Quarterfinals, that leaves us with the first one of Canada versus Curacao. I think this game will be closer than most people anticipate, but Canada are stronger. I see Canada qualifying for the semi-finals there. And then Mexico against Panama. I think again will be pretty close. Panama's very defense minded. Mexico could struggle to break them down, but Mexico should qualify. USA, Guatemala, I see USA breezing past Guatemala to the semi-finals, and then Costa Rica, Honduras. Tight game, cagey game, but I see Costa Rica reaching the semi-finals. Semi-finals is where I think things will get really interesting and be more unpredictable than people realise. So the first bit would be Canada against Mexico. I think this is where quality would really show, and Mexico just aren't there as a team right now, if I'm honest. Canada has been excelling really well. Yes, their defence is not good, but they've played very well against Mexico of recent. So I do see Canada beating Mexico, could even be penalty shootout, but reaching the finals. USA against Costa Rica. Again, much like Mexico, USA are under pressure when it comes to CONCACAF, as it's always between USA and Mexico to win them. But again, USA are not good at the moment like Mexico. They're just so disconnected at times. And Costa Rica, I think, are really coming under the radar, and they are inconsistent, but they play really strong defensive football. I think they could cause USA a lot of problems. It will be a very close, cagey game. But again, maybe that quality or the experience in the players, which this Costa Rican squad seems older than this current USA squad. So I do see Costa Rica beating the USA and reaching the finals. That leaves us with what I think is a cracking CONCACAF Gold Cup final of Canada versus Costa Rica. Who would have saw that coming? This is so close to call. There is quality in both teams and tactics, but also a lot of flaws in both teams. I'm really not sure what to go with, but I think I'm going to be ballsy and go with Costa Rica will win the 2023 CONCACAF Gold Cup. Maybe Canada will crack under the pressure. They will be more expected to win in a final like this. I don't know, who knows, and especially finals when defenses really matter. Even with such crazy predictions, the reason I think this will happen is because Mexico and USA are really in a massive transitional phase. There's a change of manager, a whole change of personnel everywhere, so they're just really not good at the moment. Canada are a great team in the CONCACAF region right now, but I feel like they peaked in the last World Cup qualifiers and in the last World Cup, and I don't know if they can continue that momentum so fully in such good style like they did. So actually, as a result, Costa Rica actually looks like the most stable team in the CONCACAF region right now. So very surprisingly, even if they park in the bus all the time. The other reasons I have Costa Rica winning the Gold Cup this time round is because USA, Panama, Mexico and Canada have the Nations League semi-final and finals just before the tournament. So reaching to the final, say, that's a potential 8 games they could be playing in such a short space of time. And Mexico have also booked in 2 friendlies before the Nations League semi-finals, so they could be playing a potentially 9-10 games in 5 odd weeks. That is so much. Squad rotation will be key amongst all the teams, and yes, there is more depth in the Mexican and USA squads. However, that's just such a short space of time. Picking up injuries from already a long season before, mid-interrupted with the World Cup. Lots of things could happen in between, and to stay that consistent for that many games in that short space of time is very difficult. Who do you guys think will win the 2023 CONCACAF Gold Cup? And as always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.